Welcome to the Gulf Coast Sports Network. We have live varsity volleyball action ready for you tonight. We're coming to you live from Hernando High School in Brooksville, Florida, as the Leopards host their rival, the Sharks of Nature Coast High School. Thank you for joining us tonight for this marquee matchup. I'm Will Wilkie, bringing you the call for tonight's game. Both teams are going to be looking to set the tone early tonight. Coach Emily Gore leads the Sharks, while the Leopards are coached by Haley Workmeister. If you're new to the Gulf Coast Sports Network, we are a nonprofit sports media company based in Hernando County. We do recommend you hit that subscribe button. It's free to subscribe, and if you turn on notifications, you'll never miss the action when we go live. Go ahead and toss a like our way as well. We very much appreciate your viewership and your support. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back for the start of tonight's matchup right after this. Preparing for that next step in life isn't always easy. At Legacy Wealth Partners, our combination of experience, professionalism, and access to a wide variety of products and services to help meet all of your financial goals. For a new level of attention, insight, and capability, contact the trusted team at Legacy Wealth Partners. So with the completion of the national anthem, they're now ready to get underway. Nature Coast and Hernando coming up for varsity volleyball action. Sure glad that you're joining us here tonight on the Gulf Coast Sports Network, bringing you live sports from all over Hernando County. Be sure to check out our website, www.gulfcoastsportsnetwork.org, for an updated listing of all our scheduled events, or you can go to our YouTube channel so that you never miss any of the action as we broadcast it live. This fall, we've got exciting varsity football and varsity volleyball action coming your way all throughout this fall season. So as we're waiting to get things started here, Hernando will start things off with the serve. That's going to be number 4, Zoe Grant. And we're underway. Crowley gets it over. And an illegal touch on the play. Point and possession over to Nature Coast. And they get on the board first, 1-0. Controlling the serve for Nature Coast will be number 8, Kristen McElroy. And she'll get it going with a jump serve. Diving play by Toredo on that. Gets it over with the tap. Nice diving play by Toredo to keep that ball alive for the Sharks. Again with the jump serve. Tap over a tap. Another diving play by Toredo to keep it alive for the Sharks. And too many touches by Hernando. And the Sharks are off to a quick start, 3-0. Again, Kristen McElroy on the serve for the Sharks. Zoe Grant on the set attempt, but touched, illegal touch on the play. Point to Nature Coast, and they'll maintain the serve as McElroy has run off 4 consecutive points for the Sharks. Kayla Grant gets it over for the Leopards. Tap over by Buscemi. McElroy continues her serve. She'll do the jump serve over the net. Jenberg makes the initial contact, gets over by Casey Grant. Good communication by both squads on this volley. Carr taps it over. Point and possession over to Hernando, now 5-1. We do have a substitution as Kaya Ward comes in for Brooke Hart. On the serve is Casey Grant for Hernando. Vilkovic gets it over. Returned by Grant. Jenberg sets it up for Grant. Nice spike on the play. Nature Coast maintains possession. Jenberg controlling the middle for Hernando. And that ball is going to fall out of play. Last touch by Hernando, so the point in possession goes over to the Sharks. 6-1 is our early score here. Now on the serve for the Sharks will be number 1, Emma Buscemi. Buscemi with the jump serve. Set up by Grant. Nice spike. That's Kaya Ward who connects on the spike for Hernando. Closing the gap now, 6-2. Possession back over to Hernando. As Bailey Poe enters the game for Jenberg. And now on the serve for Hernando will be Kayla Grant, number 9. And that's going to run long. Advancing the score now, 7-2, advantage Nature Coast. Coming up on the serve now for Nature Coast will be Adriana Toredo, number 2. She'll complete the jump serve. Zoe Grant on the set. A nice spike attempt, but long. That was Alexa Grant on the spike attempt. Dorado continues with the serve for the Sharks. And an illegal touch on that play as Grant was looking for the setup and the spike by Ward, but unable to connect. Dorado with the jump serve. And a nice tap over by Bailey Poe, finding the spot on the floor. It's now 9-3. Point in possession over to Hernando. And Poe will continue, Alexa Grant, number 3 now on the serve for Hernando. Buscemi taps it over. Zoe Grant connects. 9-4 now our score. Alexa Grant with the serve for the Leopards. And an illegal touch on that play. Got a little bit too far underneath it, and the Leopards have now pulled it within 4, 9-5. Grant and the Leopards putting together a nice run here. Set up for the spike is Maddie Cullum, and she connects. Good setup by the Sharks, and Cullum's able to spike it home. 10-5 our score. Now on the serve is Hannah Vilikovic. And a big connection on that play by number 12, Kaya Ward. Now coming into the game is going to be number 7, Brooke Hart, replacing Ward. And Hart will take the serve for the Leopards, trailing 10-6 early on here in the first set. And that jump serve is going to find the spot. A nice serve by Hart. The Leopards have been battling back here in the first. They now trail by just 3, 10-7. Jump serve again by Hart. Set up by Poe. And finding the spot is Cullum again. Correction, that was McElroy on the setup. Last play evidently went out of bounds, 10-8. And the tap over by Buscemi finds some open space. Good patience by Buscemi on that play. 11-8 now your score. Maddie Cullum on the serve for Nature Coast. And illegal touch there by Zoe Grant. (12-8) now. Maddie Cullum maintains the serve for Nature Coast. And a nice tap over by Casey Grant, showing solid patience on that play, not trying to do too much. He finds the open court, pulling the Leopards back to within 3, 12-9. We do have a substitution as Layla Prowant comes into the game, replacing Bailey Poe. And Prowant now on the serve. She'll take the jump serve. Nice diving play by Grant rather. Outstanding effort by both teams on that volley. Hernando able to take advantage. And Alexa Grant able to find some space on that play. 13-10 your score here in the first. Still on the serve. It's Prowant. Shemmy with the tap for the Sharks. That's going to run long. Good discipline and positioning by Hernando on that volley. They've now pulled to within 2, 13-11. Prowant on the serve. And she'll connect on that one. 13-12 now your score. As Prowant's been able to run off several points in a row, pulling the Hernando within 1. And that last volley is going to go out of bounds. Point and possession now over to Nature Coast, 14-12. We have some substitutions. Jenberg returns for Hernando. And McKenna Carr into the game for Nature Coast. Now with the serve is Addison Carpenter. And a nice tap over by Alexa Grant. As she connects, point and possession now back over to Hernando. 14-13 your score. We've had a back and forth battle since the start. Nice dig by Jenberg. Off the Buscemi spike. Again. And a beautiful spike by Casey Grant. We got ourselves a tie ball game here, 14-14. Zoe Grant now on the serve for Hernando. And an illegal touch on that play. 15-14, control back over to Nature Coast. Number 8, Kristen McElroy will now be coming up on the serve for the Sharks. She'll complete the jump serve. Good communication by both teams on this volley. Covering their floor appropriately. It's going to pay off for Nature Coast. 16-14 is your score. We got a timeout on the court. Don't go anywhere. We got continued action coming up right next, right here on the Gulf Coast Sports Network. Make sure you don't miss any of the upcoming action here on the Gulf Coast Sports Network. We have some heavy-hitting volleyball matchups coming your way. And no Friday night would be complete without our live football coverage, including our upcoming broadcast, Springstead at Nature Coast. You don't want to miss the rivalry right here on the Gulf Coast Sports Network. So as we resume play, 16-14 is your score here in the first set. Kristen McElroy on the serve for Nature Coast. And Hernando connects. And they again have pulled it within one, 16-15. We do have a substitution, as coming into the game will be Kaya Ward. And now on the serve for Hernando will be number 5, Casey Grant. And she'll score the ace and tie up this ball game 16 apiece. A beautiful serve by Casey Grant. Go ahead and toss a like our way if you're enjoying the broadcast tonight. We certainly appreciate you joining us here live, as that serve's going to run long. Point in possession now back over to Nature Coast. You can also watch the games after the games are complete. You don't have to just watch it live, so go ahead and share that link with family and friends so they can watch their loved ones play all season long. On the serve was Buscemi, returned now by Hernando. Set up were Vilikovic, but unable to connect. And we're all tied up again, 17 apiece. Point in possession now over to Hernando, as we do have a substitution. Bailey Poe now into the game for Hernando, as well as Jackie Cuevas. And Cuevas will take the serve for Hernando. Outstanding play by Casey Grant, keeping it alive for Hernando. And the setup there for Maddie Cullum as she connects to get the point and possession back over for Nature Coast. Now on the serve for Nature Coast will be Adriana Toredo. 18-17 your score here in the first set. Beautiful block on that play by Maddie Cullum. Good wherewithal by Hernando to keep that volley alive. Good volley by both teams, covering their space well. Jenberg with a diving play to keep it alive. Outstanding hustle. And Maddie Cullum has had enough as she connects on that placement there. 19-17 your score. And we have a substitution for Hernando. Maddie Sullins now into the game. Toredo remains on the serve for Nature Coast. And that set's going to run into the net. 19-18 now your score. Control back over to Hernando. Now on the serve will be number 3, Alexa Grant. And a nice play by Buscemi on that hit. (20-18) advantage Nature Coast. Hannah Valikovic now on the serve. An outstanding spike. It was Kaya Ward, but that was ruled long. 21-18 now your score. Cullum with some serious velocity on that return. And connecting on that play is Kaya Ward again. We've been calling that name a lot tonight. 21-19 your score. Substitution on the play now coming into the game is Brooke Hart as well as Casey Grant. Hart's going to take over on the serve for Hernando. 21-19 your score here in the first set tonight. Shemi to McElroy, another spike over. That is ruled as long, so 21-20 now your score. Hart maintains the serve for Hernando. And she'll complete the jump serve. Cullum with the tap. A nice read by Cullum. Taps it over. 22-20 now the score. And Cullum will now take over on the serve for Nature Coast. A beautiful tap over by Casey Grant, finding the space, and a critical point for Hernando there, as they've now pulled to within one, 22-21, and we have a timeout on the court. So don't go anywhere. We've got some nonstop action right here. We'll be back right after this.
Navy SEAL veteran and endurance athlete Don Mann pushed his body to the limit and tried regenerative medicine when all other options failed.
It's unbelievable. I just assumed I was going to be in pain forever. And I've been in pain since the 80s. Now I'm running and riding a bicycle faster than I have in 7 years. Even my vision is better. I'm 100% pain-free right now. And I don't take any medications.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for regenerative treatment.
So we return to action here in the first set. 22-21 is your score. Advantage Nature Coast. And we've had a back and forth game. Sets the start. Both teams showing a lot of effort here tonight. And as we come out of the timeout, we do have a substitution coming in for Hernando's Layla Prowant. And she'll take over on the serve for Hernando. Again, 22-21 your score here in the first set. As we use the rally scoring system and play to 25. Nature Coast unable to connect. We got ourselves a tie game again, 22 apiece. Nice set by Grant. And unable to connect on that play is Hernando, so a crucial point will now head over to the Sharks, 23-22. Coming up on the serve for Nature Coast will be number 9, Addison Carpenter. And an illegal touch on the play by Hernando. Pulls Nature Coast to within set point, 24-22. And an illegal touch. So Nature Coast will take the first set, 25-22. Don't go anywhere. We've had a lot of back and forth action right here on the Gulf Coast Sports Network. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
Certainly I'm an avid golfer, been golf usually weekly. play a lot with my wife.
With the repetitive motion, as you know, with a lot of golfers, it's an unnatural motion that you put your body through.
After suffering for years with shoulder pain, Mike chose stem cell therapy as an alternative to surgery.
I'm just excited because patients that have been in pain for years that are now doing the things that they want to do, and Mike's just going to be adding to that list.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for stem cell treatment.
Preparing for that next step in life isn't always easy. At Legacy Wealth Partners, our combination of experience, professionalism, and access to a wide variety of products and services to help meet all of your financial goals. For a new level of attention, insight, and capability, contact the trusted team at Legacy Wealth Partners.
My name is Tom Roselli. I served in the U.S. Navy 65 to 69. Through all the turmoil and stress battling with the VA, I've come to learn that certain organizations have their hands tied and can only proceed so far, whereas Attorney Chris Chambers has the experience and the ability to dig into the files and get the results that got me my 100%. Tremendous job in helping veterans.
So again, as we get ready for the second set here, we'll go ahead and show you again our upcoming broadcast here on the Gulf Coast Sports Network. Right now, we've got Nature Coast at Hernando. Next week, you don't want to miss the action as Citrus travels down to the Leopards' Den to take on the Hernando Leopards. And also in high school football, this Friday, we've got the big rivalry game, Springstead at Nature Coast. You don't want to miss any of the action right here on the Gulf Coast Sports Network. Will Wilkie bringing you the call for tonight's varsity volleyball matchup. We hope that you're enjoying it so far. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe. And because our games start at awkward times, depending upon previous games, if you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, you'll never miss when we go live. And you'll never miss the action right here on the Gulf Coast Sports Network. So if you're just joining us, Nature Coast took that first set 25-22 and a battle throughout, kept going back and forth. But ultimately, Nature Coast able to put together a run right at the end of the set. Unsure what the holdup is here. But looks like we're ready to get underway. Serving for the Sharks will be number 8, Kristen McElroy. She'll complete the jump serve. Zoe Grant on the set. Nice tap over by Kayla Grant. And that dig goes a little bit too high, makes contact in the ceiling, but that is a live ball. Point in possession now over to Hernando as they take an early 1-0 lead. On the serve for Hernando is going to be number 4, Zoe Grant. McElroy on the serve. Nice tap over by Velikovic. And an illegal touch on that play. It's going to even up the score now at 1 apiece. Point possession over to Nature Coast, with Emma Buscemi now coming up on the serve for the Sharks. And the spike attempt's going to run long. That was Casey Grant. And that's going to find its way over. Three to one now advantage Nature Coast as Buscemi continues to serve. And a little miscommunication there between Hart and Grant. And that's going to fall in. Nice power there by Villakovic. Cullum to Jenberg. Grant serves it up for Alexa Grant. And Buscemi's able to get it past Jenberg. 5-1 after that volley. Impressive job by both teams. Buscemi will maintain the serve. And that will run long. Point and possession now over to Hernando, 5-2. We do have a substitution for Hernando. Now entering the game is Kaya Ward. On the serve will be Casey Grant. And Nature Coast unable to handle the return, 5-3 now. Again, Casey Grant now on the serve for Hernando. She was able to get that last point. And a beautiful placement there by Casey Grant. As Hernando pulls to within one, 5-4. Words of encouragement from Coach Workmeister. Unable to connect is Hernando on that volley. 6-4 now, advantage Nature Coast. We have a substitution for Nature Coast. Now into the game is number 9, Addison Carpenter. And on the serve will be number 7, McKenna Carr. Beautiful diving attempt by Buscemi to keep that alive. And Alexa Grant able to connect for Hernando. 6-5. So multiple substitutions now. Bailey Poe into the game, as is Jackie Cuvis, who will take the serve for Hernando. Cuvis with the jump serve. Cullum unable to connect, and we've got ourselves a tie game, 6-6. Nature Coast out able to get off to an early lead, but Hernando has continued to battle, now notched everything up at 6. Cuvis on the jump serve. Point to Hernando. And they've now taken the lead, 7-6. Cuvis with the serve. Nice dig by Toredo. A beautiful block on that play by Kaya Ward. And that's going to fall in. A beautiful placement on that play. Hernando now up 8-6. It's hard to see from my vantage point who had the last hit for Hernando. I believe it was Ward. Cubas remains on the serve. Cullum unable to connect. And Hernando has put together a nice run. They're now up 9-6. Nature Coast will take a timeout. And we'll take a quick break ourselves and be back right after this.
Navy SEAL veteran and endurance athlete Don Mann pushed his body to the limit and tried regenerative medicine when all other options failed.
It's unbelievable. I just assumed I was going to be in pain forever. And I've been in pain since the 80s. Now I'm running and riding a bicycle faster than I have in 7 years. Even my vision is better. I'm 100% pain-free right now. And I don't take any medications.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for regenerative treatment.
So as we return back to action here in the second set, Hernando has put together a nice run. They now have the lead at 9-6. And the Leopards feeling the momentum as they broke the huddle. Sharks looking to battle back. Cubas remains on the serve for Hernando. And a nice spike attempt by Valakovic, but that's going to run long. 10-6, advantage Hernando. Valakovic got nice elevation and good velocity on that spike attempt, just ran it a little bit too long on the play. Gelroy with the set on that last play. Carpenter got it over. Hernando unable to connect. Off the power hit by Cullum. Point and possession now over to Nature Coast. 7-10 your score. Now on the serve is Valakovic. And an illegal touch on that play. The point goes to Nature Coast, 8-10. Valakovic remains on the serve. Jenberg to Grant. Set up for Alexa Grant, gets it over. Cullum rejected. That was a rejection by Bailey Poe. Toredo gave chase but couldn't get there. Good hustle by both teams. 11-8 your score. Nature Coast took the first set 25-22. On the serve for Hernando is going to be Alexa Grant. Point in possession now over to Nature Coast, 9-11. On the serve will be Maddie Cullum, who's been on fire this evening for the Sharks. Nice diving attempt on that play was Alexa Grant. Good talk by both teams, communicating their space well. An outstanding volley here. Neither team giving an inch. Buscemi taps it in, and she connects. A well-played ball by Emma Buscemi. The Sharks pull to within one. 11-10 advantage Hernando. Maddie Cullum maintains the serve for Nature Coast. And finding the spot as Bailey Poe gets it over for Nature Coast. We have a substitution now. Entering the game is number 7, Brooke Hart. And she'll take the serving duties for the Leopards. 12-10 is your score. Advantage Hernando here in set number 2. Hart with the jump serve. McElroy sets it up for Buscemi. Beautiful diving play by Hart to keep it alive. Grant gets it over. Set up by McElroy, tapped over by Carpenter. And an outstanding hustle play by Jenberg. She actually goes right into the teammates on the bench. But she's okay. That point's going to go over to Nature Coast. And now on the serve will be Adriana Toredo. She'll complete the jump serve. It was a nice spike attempt by Grant, but returned by Nature Coast. Buscemi with the tap over. She connects. A beautiful read by Emma Buscemi. With the recognition to go for the tap as opposed to the spike. And we do have a substitution for Nature Coast. Coming into the game will be Ava Pontrelli. Toredo maintains the serve for Nature Coast. We got ourselves a tie ball game at 12 apiece. Casey Grant gets it over. McElroy sets it up for Buscemi. Poe gets a hand on it, but unable to keep it over. 13-12 now, advantage Nature Coast. Toredo on the serve. Jenberg connects to Zoe Grant. Knocked over by Alexa Grant. But that's going to run long, 14-12. Adriana continues on the jump serve. And that's going to run out of bounds now. 14-13 your score. Some substitutions here for Hernando. Coming in is going to be Kayla Grant, number 9. And number 13, Layla Prowant. Prowant will take the serve for the Leopards. 14-13 your score here in set number 2. McElroy to Buscemi, who taps it over. Spike attempt by Zoe Grant, but unable to connect. It'll now be Kristen McElroy on the serve for Nature Coast. McElroy with the jump serve. A diving attempt there by Cullum, but unable to keep it alive. I believe that was Casey Grant on the return. Jenberg sets it up, knocking it over is Casey Grant. Toredo up with it. Set up for Valakovic, who gets it over. And a beautiful rejection there by Buscemi. coming up big with the block. Emma Buscemi now, number 1 with the serve for Nature Coast. Good hustle there by Alexa Grant, and she connects. An outstanding hustle play by number 3, Alexa Grant, not only to keep it alive, but to get the point and possession for Hernando. 16-15 your score. Now entering the game for Hernando is going to be number 12, Kaya Ward. On the serve is going to be Casey Grant for the Leopards. Had some nice velocity on that serve. Beautiful diving attempt there by McElroy to keep it alive. Setting up Kaya Ward. That's going to run long. Good attempt by Ward, just a little bit too much on it. 17-15. Entering the game for Nature Coast is going to be number 9, Addison Carpenter. And on the serve will be number 3, Ava Pontrelli. Nice diving attempt there by Buscemi, but can't get a handle on it. It's going to run out of bounds, 17-16. And the battle tonight here in this rivalry game has continued. Entering the game for Hernando is going to be Jackie Cuvis. And number 8, Bailey Poe. Cuvis will take the serve for Hernando. Diving play there by Toreto to keep it alive. Set up for Buscemi, but can't connect on the play. And once again, Hernando has battled back to tie up this match, 17-17. Cuvis with the jump serve, Toreto up with it. Set up by McElroy. And connecting is Valakovic, who finds some space in the back line. And Nature Coast retakes the lead and possession, 18-17. Valakovic not only came up with that big hit, but she's going to take over on the serve for Nature Coast. Entering the game for Hernando is going to be number 15, Maddie Sullins. And a big play there for Hernando as Zoe Grant connects on the play. Tie game again, all up at 18. Coming up now with the serve will be number 3, Alexa Grant. Outstanding hustle there by Alexa Grant, keeping it alive for Hernando. And Valakovic's hit goes long. Hernando's taking the lead, 19-18. A lot of excitement here tonight. Both teams laying it all on the line in this rivalry game. Cullum unable to connect. Hernando now up 20-18, and we've got a timeout on the floor. Back and forth we go. Where it ends, no one knows, but stick with us the whole way. We'll find out together. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
Preparing for that next step in life isn't always easy. At Legacy Wealth Partners, our combination of experience, professionalism, and access to a wide variety of products and services to help meet all of your financial goals. For a new level of attention, insight, and capability, contact the trusted team at Legacy Wealth Partners.
So we return back to live action. 20-18 is your score. Hernando with possession and the lead. Alexa Grant on the serve for the Leopards. Nice dig by Toredo. Set up by McElroy. And the hit by Ward runs long. Point possession now over to Nature Coast. A big play there for the Sharks. Maddie Cullum on the serve for Nature Coast, trailing by 1 here in the second. And an illegal hit on the play. That's going to tie things up here at 20. Again, outstanding effort by both teams here tonight. And the ace there by Cullum as that falls in. Beautiful placement on that serve. Nature Coast has run off 3 consecutive points to now take the lead 21-20. And we do have a substitution now coming in as Casey Grant for Hernando. Jenberg up with it, set up by Zoe Grant. And Kaya Ward connects to tie everything up at 21. A big play there by Ward. We do have a substitution. Brooke Hart, number 7, coming in for Hernando. She'll take the serving duties as we're all notched up at 21 apiece. Trado up with it to McElroy. Getting it over is Carpenter. Zoe Grant sets it up. And a good hustle by Nature Coast, but they can't get there. Point and possession over to Hernando. Rather, they'll maintain their possession, 22-21. Brooke Hart remains on the serve. Trado up with it to McElroy, setting up Buscemi. Grant up with it, over to Zoe Grant. But Alexa Grant cannot connect on that play. We're all tied up at 22 apiece again. Pretty much a repeat here that we had in the first set. We're getting down closer towards match point. We do have a substitution on the play. Ava Pontrelli now into the game for the Sharks as Adriana Trado with the serve. Pontrelli, a beautiful diving play by Alexa Grant. Tap by Buscemi. Zoe Grant up with it. And Buscemi able to pound it home. A big point there for Nature Coast. They've now taken a 23-22 lead. And more importantly, they'll get possession back. And that's going to be Adriana Toredo. As the Leopard bench trying to pump up their team and get momentum back here. Casey Grant gets it over. Pontrelli up with it. And there was, looks like she made contact with that ball even though it ran long. So point over to Nature Coast. 24-22, so we've got set point here potentially for Nature Coast. Nando's going to try to battle back here. And a beautiful spike by Casey Grant with authority. 24-23, substitutions coming in for Hernando. Number 9, Kayla Grant. And number 13, Lila Prowant. Prowant will take the serve for Hernando as they've now pulled it within 24-23 here in set number 2. Buscemi to McElroy, setting up for Cullum, who gets it over. Zoe Grant sets up Casey Grant. And connecting on the play is Ava Pontrelli. Point and set over to Nature Coast. They'll take it 25-23. Another battle. Gotta love it when both teams lay out this kind of effort. got major pride on the line in this major rivalry game. 2-0 advantage Nature Coast. We'll take a break and be back for set number 3. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
My name is Tom Roselli. I served in the U.S. Navy 65 to 69. Through all the turmoil and stress battling with the VA, I've come to learn that certain organizations have their hands tied and can only proceed so far, whereas Attorney Chris Chambers has the experience and the ability to dig into the files and get the results that got me my 100%. Tremendous job in helping veterans.
Preparing for that next step in life isn't always easy. At Legacy Wealth Partners, our combination of experience, professionalism, and access to a wide variety of products and services to help meet all of your financial goals. For a new level of attention, insight, and capability, contact the trusted team at Legacy Wealth Partners.
Certainly I'm an avid golfer, been, golf usually weekly, play a lot with my wife.
With the repetitive motion, as you know, with a lot of golfers, it's an unnatural motion that you put your body through.
After suffering for years with shoulder pain, Mike chose stem cell therapy as an alternative to surgery.
I'm just excited because patients that have been in pain for years that are now doing the things that they want to do, and Mike's just going to be adding to that list.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for stem cell treatment.
So we enter the third set, Nature Coast having a 2-0 advantage here. But the game is a lot closer than what that set score indicates. We've had back-to-back games decided right down at the last minute. Nature Coast able to put together a run at both sets to take it, but Hernando's been battling the entire way, not making it easy for the Sharks whatsoever. And Hernando's going to have to take this set to stay alive. We're hoping enjoying the live action here tonight here at Hernando High School, brought to you by the Gulf Coast Sports Network. Will Wilkie bringing you the call this evening. Again, if you haven't done so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss any action just like this. While you're at it, go ahead and toss us a like. We hope you're enjoying the live broadcast tonight. If you have friends or family who are unable to watch live, go ahead and send them the link. You can watch it afterward. It's going to be available immediately right on our YouTube channel. Starting things off on the serve will be Zoe Grant for Hernando. Torredo gives chase, unable to connect and keep it in fair play. It'll go out of bounds. 1-0 your score early on. Advantage Hernando. Zoe Grant again on the serve. And that's going to run long. Going out of bounds. So 1-1 your score now. Possession going over to Nature Coast. Now on the serve is going to be number 8, Kristen McElroy. She'll complete the jump serve. Beautiful tap play by Zoe Grant. And a nice block there. It was Buscemi and Pontrelli who went up to it. 2-1 advantage, Nature Coast. Continuing on the serve is McElroy. And an illegal touch on that play. Point over to Nature Coast, 3-1. McElroy with the jump serve. Alexa Grant can't get a good hit on that ball. So it's going to fall short, 4-1. Good placement by McElroy on that serve. Jenberg up with it to Zoe Grant. Another illegal touch. That's several in a row for Hernando. Working now to a 5-1 advantage for Nature Coast. Coach Haley Workmeister employing her team to dig deep and regain their focus. A beautiful rejection. Going up with it was Zoe Grant on the net, as well as Kayla Grant, unable to see who made the actual contact, but both arms fully extended and a major block for Hernando. But the point will end up in Nature Coast column. 6-1 is your score. We've got a timeout on the floor. Go ahead and take this opportunity here to tell you about our upcoming broadcasts here on the Gulf Coast Sports Network. We are a local nonprofit sports media company trying to serve the members of the Hernando community, bringing these events to you live, celebrating these young athletes as they lay it all on the line with varsity volleyball action, which we have right now, as well as the upcoming high school football schedule with our game this Friday, the big one, Nature Coast hosting Springstead. And then we've got back-to-back rivalry games on our slate as the following week, Nature Coast travels to Hernando for another major matchup. You don't want to miss any of the action right here on the Gulf Coast Sports Network. We appreciate your viewership and your support. So as we come out of the timeout, Nature Coast putting together a major run to open up this third set, having a 6-1 advantage. Kristen McElroy handling the serving duties for the Sharks. As that one will run long, a good job by Jenberg to recognize the position. And let it run out of bounds. 6-2 the score. Possession back over to Hernando. Casey Grant now on the serve for the Leopards. And that's going to connect inbounds. Beautiful placement there by Casey Grant, pulling the Leopards to within 3, 6-3 here in set number 3. Trado up with it, set by McElroy. Beautiful tapping play by Pontrelli, gets it over. Nice diving play by Cullum. Pontrelli unable to keep it in bounds. 6-4. Once again, Hernando battling back. We do have a substitution. Bailey Poe. Looks like Poe's going to go back to the bench, so no substitution on the play. Cullum gets it over. Jenberg up with it. Over to Zoe Grant, and an illegal touch is ruled. 7-4. Point in possession now over to Nature Coast, with Emma Buscemi now coming up on the serve for the Sharks. Zoe Grant sets up Alexa Grant, who gets it over. Cullum with the tap. Diving play by Kaya Ward to keep it alive. Outstanding effort. Cullum taps it over, can't get it over. Trado, another diving attempt there by Zoe Grant. Outstanding effort by both teams. Kaya Ward, Trado. Heads up play by McElroy, trying to catch the Leopards off guard. But it's Kaya Ward connecting. Outstanding volley by both teams, but Ward puts an end to that one. as they'll take the point and the possession on the play. And we do have a substitution. Coming in will be number 2, Jackie Cuvis, who will take the serving duties for Hernando. So once again, as we've seen in the other sets, Nature Coach gets out to an early lead, but then Hernando turns it on and works their way back into the match. They've now pulled it within 2. Valakovic gets it over. Alexa Grant with a nice spike on that play, but returned by Nature Coast. Zoe Grant sets up Bailey Poe, but that one's going to run long, 8-5. Serve now goes Nature Coast's way. And coming in for Nature Coast will be Addison Carpenter, number 9. And on the serve will be Ava Pontrelli. Outstanding hustle play by Nature Coast to keep it alive. That was Carpenter and Cullum keeping it alive. Valakovic with the spike attempt. And connecting there is Kaya Ward again. Now 8-6. Alexa Grant on the serve for Hernando. Nature Coast unable to secure the return, now 8-7. Nice volley by both teams. So they're aware of their space and good communication by both ways. Outstanding hustle play there by Alexa Grant to keep it alive. A beautiful block there by Addison Carpenter. 9-7. Got a substitution now. McKenna Carr now coming in for Nature Coast. And on the serve is Valakovic. Good power there by Ward. And a double hit there by McKenna Carr. So point and possession now over to Hernando. 9-8 your score here in the third. And coming in for Hernando will be number 7, Brooke Hart, who has put together some nice runs on the serve for Hernando thus far in this game. Torado lines up that Nature Coast defensive. And a beautiful play there by Bailey Poe. And we got ourselves a tie game at 9-9. Once again, Hernando battling back. Both teams playing well this evening. Nature Coast taking the first 2 sets. Good power there by Hannah Valakovic, but that's going to run long. Going out of bounds and now giving Hernando the lead at 10-9. Brooke Hart remains on the serve for the Leopards. She'll complete the jump serve. Buscemi gets it over. Zoe Grant sets up Alexa Grant. Nice spike attempt there by Carpenter. Good volley by both teams. That was Alexa Grant sneaking that one by. And now with the 11-9 lead. Again, Brooke Hart on the jump serve. And McKenna Carr connects. Point possession now over to Nature Coast. Substitution for Nature Coast now coming in is going to be number 6, Maddie Cullum. And she'll take the serve. Good job by Buscemi to get a hand on that, but that's going to allow it to fall in under a diving Toredo. Good effort there by Adriana Toredo. Point to Hernando. And we do have a substitution for Hernando. Layla Prowant now into the game, and she'll take the serve. Toredo setting up Buscemi. Diving attempt there by Hart to try to keep it alive, but unable to return the volley is Hernando. So point in possession now over to Nature Coast, 11-12. And entering the game for the Sharks will be number 3, Ava Pontrelli. And on the serve will be Adriana Toredo, who completes the jump serve. And able to find the spot on the dig return is number 3, Alexa Grant. Sometimes you just need to keep that ball alive, and good things happen, and it did right there for Hernando. 13-11, your score. And now up on the serve is number 4, Zoe Grant. McElroy gets it over for the Sharks. Setting up Alexa Grant for the spike, but she's unable to connect. And the ball will go the Sharks' way. And now on the serve is number 8, Kristen McElroy. And she'll complete the jump serve. Nice diving effort there by Hart to keep it alive. And a good strong hit there by Alexa Grant, but that's going to run long. And we got ourselves a tie game again, all notched up at 13 apiece. Beautiful block there by Buscemi off the hit by Grant. Grant able to get a hand on that one, attempting the block, but it's going to fall in. Nature Coast has now retaken the lead, 14-13. And an illegal touch on that play will send another point to the Nature Coast side, 15-13 here in set number 3. Nature Coast holds a 2-0 advantage thus far in this ballgame. Both teams showing a lot of heart here tonight. Wouldn't expect anything less in a major rivalry game like we have right here. Nice tap over play there by Pontrelli. Nature Coast keeping it alive. Great volley by both teams here. And Cullum finds a spot. A nice tap over by Cullum. 16-13. And I believe Jenberg just re-entered the game for Hernando in a quick substitution. Slight miscommunication by Hernando. They're able to recover and get the volley. Nice diving play by Jenberg. And a beautiful tap by Alexa Grant. Valakovic gets it over for the Sharks. Casey Grant had some mustard on that hit, but just runs a little bit too long. Point to the Nature Coast side, 17-13 here in set number 3. Kristen McElroy maintains the serve for Nature Coast. Outstanding hustle by Jenberg. Can't get there off the deflection by Hart. And Nature Coast has been able to put together a run here since retaking the lead. They're now up by 5, 18-13. And re-entering the game for Hernando is number 12, Kaya Ward. Unable to connect, Alexa Grant. 19-13 advantage Nature Coast. And Hernando's getting into some dangerous territory here. They got to put together a run of their own. As set point approaches, beautiful diving play there by Ward to keep it alive. Buscemi with the tap. Beautiful set by McElroy, setting up Pontrelli, who slams it home. And a critical point for Nature Coast. Now they're now up by 7. And Zoe Grant trying to fire up her team to dig deep here and get back into this match. The Sharks, if you'll pardon the pun, they smell blood in the water. They're going for it. As that hit by Grant runs long, 21-13. Grant, beautiful placement on that spike to keep things alive for Hernando. Hernando needed that point right there to try to regain not only the point, but some momentum to their side as Nature Coast put together one fantastic run there. And on the service, Casey Grant. Trado gets it over for the Sharks. Valakovic over for the Sharks. Now setting up Alexa Grant, who gets it over and finds a spot. Casey Grant on the serve. Rejected by Kayla Grant. Beautiful block. And unable to get it over is Pontrelli. Good effort on that play. And now Hernando is answering back. Now pulled to within 5, 21-16. Casey Grant remains on the serve. And Buscemi, wow, a beautiful dig there by Casey Grant to keep it alive. Buscemi had some outstanding defensive effort by Hernando. That was Kayla Grant and Kaya Ward, who both went up for the block. They've now pulled to within 4, 21-17. We've gone back and forth all night long, neither team giving an inch. Got to credit Hernando here. As they were down by a large sum, they've now clawed right back into it, trailing only by 4. And you can certainly feel a momentum switch here. Hernando looking to continue this effort. And while you're looking over there on that Nature Coast sideline, you got to feel like all it takes is 1 or 2 hits here, and they're going to wrestle control back. So it's anybody's game right here in set number 3. As both teams break their respective huddles. So 21-17, set number 3. Nature Coast holds a 2-0 advantage as Casey Grant serves. Buscemi with the tap over, Jenberg up with it. Zoe Grant to Alexa Grant rather. And a rejection on the play by Valakovic. Beautiful block. Pontrelli trying to find a spot. And an illegal hit on the play. A big point there for Nature Coast. 22-17. Emma Buscemi now on the serve for the Sharks. Jenberg with the digs. And an illegal hit on that play. 2 big points there for Nature Coast, 23-17. Kaya Ward on the hit. Valakovic tries to get it over, but that's going to run long and go out of bounds. Big point there for Hernando, who needed it desperately. 23-18. Now coming into the game will be Jackie Cuvis, as well as Bailey Poe. Cuvis will take the serving duties. And she'll complete the jump serve. Toredo up with it. Back over. Trying to return it is Alexa Grant. Can't get it over. 24-18. Jenberg will return to the game. And we've got set and game point upcoming potentially now for Nature Coast. On the serve will be Ava Pontrelli. Rejection on that play. Beautiful block. I believe that was Valakovic who came up with it. Carpenter was also there on that block. Beautiful diving attempt by Zoe Grant to keep it alive. Outstanding effort by both teams here, recognizing the importance of the volley. And unable to connect. And that will do it. That's your final, 25-18. Nature Coast takes the set, and they'll take the match. 3-0. We sure hope that you enjoyed watching tonight's action here on the Gulf Coast Sports Network. Make sure you subscribe. Go ahead and toss us a like. We'll see you next time.